Hey everybody, DD17, Daily Dictation 17. Before we go there, let's listen to yesterday's news one more time.
Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week.
Very sad news in the Philippines. How did you do on the dictation? Battered, soaked, and flooded. Those are the key words. Battered. B-A-T-T-E-R-E-D. Battered. 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 Soaked. Soaked. And flooded. And flooded. So, we've got three variations of the ED sound. Battered, kind of a quick, short D. Soaked. It's a T sound. Soaked. And flooded. It's a schwa. It's an id. Id. We have to add the id. Flooded. There you go. Flooded. Battered. Soaked. Flooded. Battered. Soaked. Flooded. Battered, soaked, and flooded. So, what does battered mean? It means to be hit. It means to be constantly hit. Always, repeatedly, continuously hit. Battered. Soaked. It means to be drenched in water. Completely wet with water, of course. Well, rain, actually, or the ocean. Soaked. No umbrella, raining really hard, you become soaked. 2 typhoons, you will become soaked. Battered, soaked, and flooded. So a flood is when there's so much rain that a river or a lake overflows and goes into the streets and into our homes and into our fields. Water goes and gets higher and higher and higher where water shouldn't be. So water goes where there's not supposed to be water, and it gets higher and higher and higher. That is a flood. Sometimes floods are just little floods, but sometimes they're huge floods. I live in Seoul, South Korea. This summer we had a very bad flood, but nothing like the last 2 typhoons in the Philippines. They got really bad floods. And you could see in the picture the flooding. Battered, soaked, and flooded. Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines. Now, we always keep the here. The Philippines, because there are many islands, and all of these islands together make the country. It's like the United States. All of the states together make the United States. Okay? The Philippines is being battered by its second typhoon. Second. Now, when you write this word second, you have to write the ND, or just write it like this. Second, no, second. And this D sound actually connects to the T. Second no, second time. Second typhoon. Typhoon. And we have the PH as an F sound. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week. Second typhoon in a week. It's a sad news story, but I think the dictation is not too bad. So let's say it together, you and me. Ready? 1, slowly. 2, 3. Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week. A little bit faster. Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week. Great job. Let's listen to the original audio, and you say it along with the announcer.
Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week. Battered, soaked, and flooded. The Philippines is being hit by its second typhoon in a week.
Okay, for Daily Dictation 17, I have a happy story. It's actually a really cute story, if you like dogs. Well, sometimes dogs, they have an owner, but some dogs don't have a home. They don't have an owner. We can call them stray dogs. Well, these dogs usually end up going to an animal shelter. And if the dogs are at an animal shelter, they try to give the dogs away, but usually nobody wants them. So they put the dogs to sleep. They kill the dogs. Euthanasia. It's kind of sad. But there's a grandmother in America who saw these dogs, who sees these dogs, and she says, no, we're not going to put them to sleep. I'm going to make them into search and rescue dogs. So if there's a tragedy, like the typhoon in the Philippines, or Fukushima, the nuclear incident, and the tsunami in Japan, or an earthquake like in Japan or in New Zealand or in Chile, she has these dogs and they're trained to find people. It's a beautiful story. And I've got one sentence, very short. It's about the dogs. So you listen carefully and see if you can get the full sentence. Good luck, everybody.
A few years ago, they were thought to be useless, past their prime. Not now. A few years ago, they were thought to be useless, past their prime. Not now. A few years ago, they were thought to be useless, past their prime. Not now. A few years ago, they were thought to be useless, past their prime. Not now.